Hello, this is Mr. E, and we are going to learn together N-400 vocabulary definitions. The N-400 is the name of the form you file when you want to become a U.S. citizen. And when you go to your interview, they ask you questions from that same form, the same application. They might ask you a question like this: Have you ever married someone in order to obtain an immigration benefit? And you'll answer the question, no. But then they want to make sure, did you understand that question? And they will say, what is an immigration benefit? And if you know the answer, you say legal permission, like work permit or green card to stay and work here. If you say something like that, they say, okay, you understood the question. You know enough English, you understand my questions. All right, so let's get into the questions. And I'm going to use a flashcard format. I have a list here. This one, this two, this three, and they all have definitions that I made up that are simple. These are not magic definitions. You could use a different definition if it says the same thing with different words. Okay, so mine are not magic. Let's get into the definitions. Here we go. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna use cards. Okay, these are the same words. See, ever, claim, register to vote. Ever, claim, register to vote. Same. Okay, here we go. And I want you to repeat after me the words in English. And I want you to try to say the definition before I show it to you. Unless you're just learning it, then you just repeat after me. All right, ready? Ever. Repeat. Ever. At any time in your life, anywhere in the world. Claim. Claim. Say without proof or affirm to be true. Register to vote. Sign up for an election. Vote. To help pick a leader. Owe. Have to pay. Overdue. Late. Not yet paid. Taxes. Money we need to pay to the government. Non-resident alien. Someone who is in the United States but is not a U.S. citizen and does not have a green card. Tax return. Tax papers. The tax forms you send to the IRS each year. All right, that was list one. Let's go on to list two now. Submit a tax return. To send your completed tax forms to the IRS. Communist Party. The type of government in China, North Korea, and Cuba. Totalitarian Party. A government that controls everything and does not allow freedom. Advocate. Support or promote. Dictatorship. A government where one person makes all the rules and decisions. Overthrow. Remove a leader or government by force. Sabotage. Damage or destroy something secretly and intentionally. Weapon. Weapon. Object used to hurt people like a gun or knife. Explosive. A bomb. Engage. Participate. Kidnapping. Taking someone away by force and holding them without permission. Assassination. killing a leader. Or it could be a president, an important leader, not just anybody. If it's just anybody, it's murder. But if it's somebody that's in the news, somebody important, it's a leader, it's assassination. Hijacking, taking control of a vehicle like a plane or bus by force. Threaten, say that you will hurt or kill someone. Attempt, try. I think I had this word twice on my list. It's okay. Conspire, plan together with others. In Spanish, the word with is conspire, plan together with others. Incite, encourage violence. Order, to command or obligate. Torture, cause great pain, to punish or get information. Genocide, killing many people from a certain race, religion, etc. Consent, permission. Race, a group of people with similar skin color, facial features, etc. National origin, the country you come from. Military unit, team of soldiers. It's okay if you say group of soldiers. Remember, these aren't magic words. If you communicate that you know the word, it doesn't matter exactly what definition you use, okay? Team of soldiers, group of soldiers. Police unit, team of police officers. Assist, help. Armed group, group of people with weapons. Paramilitary unit, group that acts like soldiers but is not the official army. Self-defense unit, group of people who protect themselves or their community. Vigilante unit, group of people who act like police without legal authority. Rebel group, team of people who fight against the government. Team, group, doesn't matter. Next one, listen carefully. Guerrilla group. In Spanish, guerrilla. In English, guerrilla. It sounds like a monkey, you know? Guerrilla group. A small rebel group. We just learned the word rebel group. A small rebel group that makes surprise attacks. Volunteer. Work without pay. Detained. Forced to stay somewhere and not allowed to leave. Prison, jail, or detention center. They're not exactly the same, but they're similar things, these three things. A place where people are locked up because they broke the law. Or you could say a place where criminals are detained or locked up. Prison camp. Temporary prison for criminals or enemy soldiers. Labor camp. A place where people are forced to work. Organization. People working together for the same goal. Transport, depending on what you're saying. Move people or things. Training, lessons or instruction. Recruit, bring new people into a group. Enlist, enroll in the military. Conscript, obligate to join the military. Attempt, I think we had this word one more time before. Attempt, try. Hostilities, fighting and violence. Combat, fighting in war. Supplies. Provisions. Food, tools, weapons, medicine, etc. Arrested. Put in handcuffs and taken to jail by a police officer. Cited. Police give you a ticket, but no jail. Detained or confined. Kept inside a place and cannot leave. Domestic violence. Abuse in the family or abuse in the home. Convicted. Declared guilty by a judge. Rehabilitative program. A place that teaches people to behave better. For example, not to use drugs or alcohol anymore, things like this. Probation. No jail, but must be supervised and follow special rules. Sometimes people, you get arrested and they say, don't send me to jail. Okay, I will put you on probation. That means you don't need to go to jail, but you need to be supervised by a police officer regularly. Paroled. Left jail early, but must be supervised and follow special rules. Almost like probation, but you went to jail, they let you out early, but you need to be in contact with the officer, and he tells you where you can go, what you can do. Suspended sentence. A paused jail sentence for good behavior. Prostitution. Sex for money. Prostitute. A person who sells sex for money. Smuggle. Bring people or things secretly and illegally. Controlled substances, illegal drugs, narcotics. There are three similar things, okay? Drugs, like cocaine or fentanyl, heroin, and other things that are against the law. Immigration benefit. Legal permission like work permit or green card to stay and work here. Gamble. Play games of chance with money. Gambling. Same thing. Playing games of chance with money. Failed to. Didn't do something required. Dependents. People like children you support with money. Child support. Money one parent needs to give another parent to help their children after a separation or divorce. Alimony. Money one spouse must pay another spouse after a divorce. Misrepresentation. Lie or false information. Public benefit. Help or money from the government. False, fraudulent, misleading, not true. Removed, removal, being taken away or forced to leave. Deported, deportation, forced to leave the country. Selective service, a government system where men register in case the country needs soldiers. Drafted, obligated to serve in the military. U.S. Armed Forces. The United States Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard. There's one called Space Guard also. Exemption. A special exception to avoid an obligation, like military service. Currently. At this moment. Deploy. Go to a new place to serve in the military. They send you to another country to serve as you're being deployed. Vessel. Ship or submarine. Reside. Live. Court-martialed. Judged in a military court. Discharged. Released from military service. Alien, a person in the U.S. who is not a U.S. citizen. Deserted, abandoned. Hereditary title, a title like king, princess, or queen that is passed down from generation to generation in a royal family. Order of nobility, a class of people with royal titles like king, queen, etc. Naturalization ceremony, the ceremony where you become a U.S. citizen. Constitution, the supreme law of the United States. Oath of allegiance, a promise you make to this country when becoming a U.S. citizen. Disability, impairment, a problem with a person's body or mind, like blindness or mental illness. Non-combatant service, serving our country without fighting. Marital status, if one is single, married, widowed, or divorced. Perjury, the crime of lying under oath after promising to tell the truth. Oath, a promise. Renounce, abjure, officially give up. Allegiance, loyalty. Bear arms, carry a weapon. Civilian direction, instructions from someone not in the military. This is our last word here. Mental reservation, purpose of evasion. Insincerity, you are making a promise but do not intend to keep it. So those are our words from these 12 lists, and I just give them to you on cards. Study these so that way when you go to your interview and they ask you questions from the N-400, you can understand the question, and you can show them that you understand the question by giving definitions to vocabulary that they ask you about. This is Mr. Erickson, and I wish that you become a citizen really soon by studying hard and doing your best. Until next time, see you. Check out my channel.